Hello, this is a guided messages from Spirit channeled directly to you. I hope you find it inspirational. I think it's going to be beautiful. Spirits, my guides, whatever the source. Let's start with our prayer, calling on my guides of 100% divine light. Assist me in this work today, committing myself only to the highest good, even higher than I can imagine. Keep all negative energy out of my flow. I put my shields up, but I allow myself to be tethered to the consciousness, the higher perspective, calling on my guides of 100% divine light. Thank you for your assistance. Amen. We're standing in a garden of our own creation. We are alone, but we are not lonely. We are self-sufficient. We are whole. And as we look around, we take note of the plants and the animals, and we feel blessed. These are our gifts given freely to us, to ourselves, in connection to our relationship to the universe and the greater expanse. And while we are standing there, we become aware of the entirety of existence. We feel in that garden, that place of serenity and inner solitude, the vibrating energy of the molecules that surround us. And we recognize that though they are individuals, that we are individuals standing in this place of our own creation, that we are connected. And we vibrate alongside of all those other particles. We rejoice at our connectedness. Though we stand alone, we are not alone. We are always surrounded by the energy. It penetrates us. It is around us. Now we transition to a museum. We're standing before a painting, a beautiful painting, very large. It fills the space. It's a nighttime scene. It's a scene of an angel. It is a very powerful, emotional depiction. And light is cast down upon that angel, and it suggests type of powerfully driven intent. You ask yourself, why is the angel there? Why am I standing before the angel? There's a message to be given. The angel, again, appears to be alone, but is being cast upon by light, the light of the universe, the light of creation, divinity. It is directive, and the angel is there for a purpose. We are being given a purpose, though we are free to choose, and we are powerful, and we are divine. We are being given inspiration, and we are being told, behold, this is all of creation, and you are part of it. And you are not alone, though you may appear to be. And there are many others like you. And you are a community of powerful beings like the angel. And each one of us has gifts specific to us. No two gifts are alike. They are tailor-made for you, for your needs, for your purpose. And they are there to support you. So beautiful. And now I see a baby in a mother's arms. And the message is clear. Your gifts have been given since birth, since your birth, and not just your physical birth, but your spiritual, your soul's birth. And the universe is your mother. And you are safe in her arms, protected, but also being given your gifts so that you can walk forward in this life. Oh, wow. Now it's transitioning to a wedding scene. You're getting married. You're forming a partnership. You have your gifts with you. Your partner has their gifts. You've come together to support each other. And your gifts combine. And now, though you be separate people, you've made a contract to share your gifts with another. And now you have children. So beautiful. And now you're bestowing your gifts upon your children and your partner. And you've expanded your community. You're no longer standing in a garden by yourself. You're standing with your partner and your children and your children's children and their children's children. and your friends are gathered around, and you are a tribe. You are a family. You are souls who have chosen to connect together. And your combined energy is so beautiful. So beautiful. And now I see a face, and it's focused on the eyes, and they're shiny and they're bright. It's an older face. And it's suggested that these are the windows to your soul. You've lived a long life, and you have this experience, this amazing, beautiful, sorry, I'm turning off camera. I just suddenly realized, excuse me, let me readjust the camera really quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to break up the video. Practical matters sometimes. Back to the meditation or guided view. Yeah, face. We are old and we are wise. We have shared our experience with many others. And there's a continuity of experience there. Your face, it's craggy and it's worn. It's beautiful. And though many have passed out of your life, they're still with you, man. They're still there. And you are still connected. You're even more connected now because you've grown through your life, through these experiences, these shared gifts. You've had your ups, you've had your downs, but you've always flowed forward because you have the spirit in you, this energy that was bestowed upon you with the creation of your soul, and it'll always be with you. When you have loved passionately and deeply, whether you even knew you were or not. Your experience is greater and deeper than you can realize, because we are to some degree limited in this experience, this 3D experience. Our perceptions are shaped by our body. But when we transition to the other side, things are expanded. Our view is expanded. We're able to have realizations that we couldn't have here. And it's also beautiful and amazing and funny. Yes, there's humor in all of this. Sometimes it's ironic, sometimes it's silly. Sometimes it's just the laughter we feel when we perceive something beautiful. I think the overall message here is interconnectedness. We're all interconnected, and we're never really alone. And there is a passionate dynamic going on all the time. Excuse me. These are not new themes. They're not new themes even in many of the guided meditations and spiritual messages that I've talked about or that have been channeled through me. Sometimes I worry that I sound repetitive, or that the messages being given are repetitive, and that maybe we won't gain anything new from them. But Spirit's telling me quite clearly, it never hurts to review. Some of us need to hear it as often as possible. Never feel like you're a failure. Everything you do has value, even if you have to do it over and over again. It's about growth. It's about loving yourself. All wisdom, all connection comes from love. Love is an inadequate word for what is being conveyed to me, but it's the closest thing that we have, contextually speaking. Wow. Spirit is telling me, or my guides, higher beings, that you should reach out and endeavor and struggle and push forward and never give up, never give in, never feel defeated. And if you do, that's okay. Just start over. Just start over. And this might be a special note to those of us who consider ourselves artists, but we're all artists, really. Even if we don't feel it, we are. We're all creators. Do the things that bring you passion, joy. There's no specific thing that you're required to do while you're here. It's your choice, always your choice. But don't sit back and be idle while you're here. Don't waste these precious moments given to you unless you think there's a purpose in that. There's always a caveat to everything. If sitting back is what you need to do, then that's what you should do. But that is doing something, really, ultimately, even though that kind of contradicts what was just said. I think my mind got in there a little bit and changed the message. Let's refocus. Follow the details. Follow the course and action that you choose to set before yourself, knowing that it is part of a greater collective plan to move humanity forward. And while it might feel hopeless or pointless at times, it never is. It never is. Humanity stands in a very dynamic place right now, though it always has. Perhaps we haven't recognized our dynamism, but it's always been there. It's in the very nature of who we are, how we are physically wired, to always be pushing forward, always establishing new creation, always being connected. We are a unit made up of many parts, but we are collective. And it is so beautiful. It is so logical. And we are at this place now. Spirit is telling me we're coming up to a precipice, top of the hill. We've worked very hard to get here. But now we're going to go down the other side, and it's going to be easier, and it's going to be smoother, and we're going to walk, and gravity's going to assist us to move forward. It's a momentum, it's a dynamic that's been set in motion for eons. And while the bottom of the hill may not be in this lifetime for us, it is approaching quickly this new nirvana. And while it won't be perfect, because without struggle, there is no growth, it will be better. And it's going to allow us to focus on the really important things, the connections. But there are struggles. There are going to be challenges. Sometimes it might appear things could be quite dark. Disasters will happen. People will pass. But nobody ever really dies. They'll be back. It's part of the tapestry that creates the experience that helps us to grow. We must grow. If we don't grow, we die. Our spirit dies. It becomes less. And we never want that to happen. It hasn't really happened so far. It's only a cautionary note. Wow. I guess this is another comment to those of us who physically create in this world. Seems to be a theme today. Artists, creation. Use your hands. Use your hands. Use your eyes. Use your voice. Use your ears. Don't forget to listen. Always listen. Always strive to create something new. It's dynamic, it's enlivening. It's a joy to create. There are beings in this universe who do not have much of an inclination to create. They simply go with the flow. And while there's a certain harmony in that, it's not necessarily very dynamic. And it can take these beings a very long time to even grow just a little bit. And it's not their fault. Like you, they chose that life for their own personal reasons. And it is not diminished. It's just simply their way. And we always try to recognize that we all have our own path. And while another person's path may not feel satisfactory to you, there's no reason to judge it. No reason. Just reach out and appreciate the beauty of their choices. Support them and love them. And this is a valuable lesson for all of us. Though we touch many lives through the course of our own, we are all at different places and different levels and different energies. And we can't always stay beside everyone. Though you are connected, sometimes particles have to pass by each other and move on. And it's not sad, though it might appear a lonely thing. There's other particles in your way, and you will meet them, and it will become this tapestry we discussed, this tapestry of your life. Meeting, partying, sometimes staying together, sometimes not. The important thing is that we learn to accept that these are the fundamental rules of our 3D experience. And while they have limitations, they also have possibilities, great possibilities. When particles bounce around, anything could happen. Anything could happen. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing. The happenstance and the circumstance and the random events that seem unimportant or maybe unrelated, but then in hindsight, we have awareness that something amazing happened. And that's beautiful. That's just so beautiful. Really fills my heart with joy. The random possibilities of existence and the opportunities. And if we are wise, if we have learned, if we listen and see and comprehend, then we will be given a gift. The gift to stand in our own garden and appreciate the beauty of the creation that surrounds us. And we are blessed. Well, I told you, when Spirit talks, man, mind you, everything comes through my brain and it gets filtered, a little bit. I try to stand out of the way, but I'm human, I'm not perfect. So any messages that maybe seem frail or flawed or you don't resonate with, just understand that I'm doing the best I can to give you what I'm receiving. But even if it is flawed, it's still a gift. Take from it what you will and leave the rest. Thank you and have a great day.